Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good afternoon, Newbury Park High School, faculty, families, friends, distinguished guests, and my fellow graduates. I'm Paige Hodgeloo, your ASB president. Before we begin, on behalf of the class of 2020, I would like to welcome the following representatives, the Conejo Valley Unified School District Board of Education. Cindy Goldberg, Board of Education President. Jenny Fitzgerald, Board of Education Vice President. Bill Gorbach, Board of Education Clerk. Dr. Betsy Connolly, Board of Education Trustee. Sandy Everett, Board of Education Trustee. Jordan Scott, Student Board of Education Trustee. Next, representing the Conejo Valley Unified School District Executive Cabinet and Leadership Team, Dr. Mark W. McLaughlin, Superintendent. Dr. Victor P. Hayek, Deputy Superintendent, Business Services. Louis A. Lichtel, Assistant Superintendent, Instructional Services. Dr. Lisa A. Miller, Assistant Superintendent, Student Services. Jeannie A. Valentine, Assistant Superintendent, Human Resources, Director of High School Education and Assessment, Mr. Brian Mercer. Finally, please welcome our feeder school principals here to help celebrate our journey from elementary school to middle school and culminating in high school. Principal of Cypress Elementary School, Mrs. Carrie Bartlow. Principal of Banning Elementary School, Mrs. Allison Kennedy. Principal of Maple Elementary School, Mrs. Patty Lewis. Principal of Earth's Magnets Elementary School, Mr. Jeff Rickert. Principal of Walnut Elementary School, Mrs. Eileen Wall. Principal of Sequoia Middle School, Mrs. Hallie Chambers. And Principal of Sycamore Canyon School, Mr. Doug Hadeen. Newbury Park Class of 2020, how did it come so fast? As once said by Lao Tzu, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. We all know things look and feel a little different today, but we are here together as the class that has stood through all that has come our way. Stood through times of sadness, stood through times of disappointment, but most importantly, we have stood through our most great achievements. Our achievements have come in different forms for each and every one of us, but one thing holds true. They are the steps that have led us to this moment. The steps that allow us to see the sun rise and see our future ahead, and the steps that when the sun sets, we anticipate a new beginning. These past 4 years of high school have included lots of attempts at these steps. Some were missteps, others have proved our utmost success. But nevertheless, we persist along our journey of becoming who we are meant to become. We will all take different paths. We were never meant to be on the same one. We will all encounter obstacles, we will fall down, yet we will rise the next morning and know that it is all part of the process. Every one of these steps you take will bring you closer to where you belong, fueling your passion. We are a generation of risk takers, innovators, and visionaries. I have no doubt that our generation will nonetheless thrive. For some, their destination is only a few steps away, and for others, it may seem farther. Whatever your step is on your path after today, always remember where you took your first step on the campus of Newbury Park High School. You were surrounded by dedicated teachers who nurtured us into the confident, knowledgeable humans we are today. From coaches who encouraged and brought out our inner strength, and to our administrators and counselors who saw the best in each and every one of us. Although our time here at Newbury Park High School might be ending, let's always look back to where it all began, the place where we took our first step on our 1,000-mile journey. Class of 2020, congratulations, we did it.
At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to recognize the outstanding achievements of our valedictorians. All of these students, under the guidelines of the Conejo Valley Unified School District, have maintained a cumulative indexed GPA of 4.65 or better over their high school career. This year's Newbury Park valedictorians will be recognized in 28 outstanding young men and women. These students will each receive a medal inscribed with their name and includes books and a laurel wreath, symbolizing their commitment to academic achievement. Please join me in congratulating the following students recognized as valedictorian for Newbury Park High School. Jace Aschenbrenner, Stephen Choi, Colby DeMelfi, Raul D'Souza, Ido Duckler, Brendan Gong, Sophia Hillman, Nathan Wan, Varna Kanapuram, Carly Keller, Miley Kuo, Brendan Lee, Naya Lunny, Mackenzie Moffitt, Arcana Mohandas, Ariel Morris, Emily Nagamoto, Mikkel Nargosen, Paige Powers, Shaylin Rashoff, Madeline Shane, Matthew Smith, Kristen Shelby Soloway, Marie Amel Thanos, Aditya Vunam, Sarah Wang, Kyle Wonders, and Nicholas Young.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. I gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. And sometimes I'm gonna have
Good afternoon, Panthers, staff, community members, and most importantly, the class of 2020. Wow, Nikki, this seems so familiar. It's like deja vu.
If you guys went to middle school at Sequoia with us, you'll probably remember that Emily and I did our 8th grade promotion speech together.
Actually, they probably don't remember, and I don't blame them. I know I've repressed memories from middle school. And freshman year.
And sophomore year. And junior year, really. Even senior year has been a blur.
But as the people giving the class history, we'll dig up as many memories as we can. The good, the bad, and the embarrassing.
It's hard to believe that just 4 years ago, we bid goodbye to our cringy childhood days and entered this scary world of high school as we start our freshman year.
And many of us were heartbroken to discover it was nothing like High School Musical. But we were still all in this together as we joined new clubs, tried new sports, and just tried to get used to the jungle we would call home.
Of course, we met many unfamiliar faces, both students and teachers, and many of us began learning new languages that we've never spoken before. And who can forget about the election of President Trump?
Let's not forget the worldwide popular game Pokemon Go. We even had a dance concert based on it. Wait, Nikki, do you remember anything else in freshman year?
No, not really.
Well, that's okay. Who really wants to remember freshman year anyways? I'm sure everyone has memories from freshman year they'd rather forget.
Let's just move on to sophomore year, where we welcomed a new principal, Mr. Lapierre, and Newbury Park High School celebrated its 50th anniversary.
What a time to be alive. Could you imagine being at MPHS in 1967?
I'm glad we don't have to. Many of us were introduced to AP classes when we were sophomores, and by the end of the year, we were taking our AP exams in the midst of the pool reconstruction. And do you guys also remember the iconic senior prank from class of 2018, releasing chickens in the quad? I'll never forget watching Mr. Godfrey, Sagerman, and the administration chase those chickens.
Unfortunately, we also experienced one of the deadliest wildfires, the Thomas Fire, leaving many shaken but the community stronger.
That was also the year of the Parkland shooting, in which our community was deeply affected. Many of our Panthers took part in the peaceful walkout protest for March for Our Lives, commemorating the lives that were lost and fighting for a safer school environment.
The trials that our class and our community faced didn't end there, however. November of junior year, our community lost 12 lives at Borderline Bar and Grill. It was a sudden, tragic, gut-wrenching loss felt by everyone, no matter who they were.
Still reeling, merely hours later, we had yet another wildfire, the Woolsey Fire, that kept us from going to school until after Thanksgiving break.
Our community was shaken to its core, and while we are still trying to heal from these tragedies, we've become closer and stronger as we have stood together with our neighbors. At MPHS, students and staff comforted each other, all the while collecting supplies to go to first responders. Our own Borchard Community Center and the Teen Center were turned into Red Cross shelters, outpouring with volunteers and support from the community. I have never been more proud of the class of 2020 for being there for each other, for the community, for not giving in, and for standing together. Our class has a spirit that can't be broken and will always be fighting for what is right.
Although we had our bad times, there were still many bright points in junior year. We welcomed new amazing teachers, hosted the first ever Newbury Park High School dance crew competition, saw the first Conejo Valley Pride Festival, started witnessing Nico Young's road to victory, and so many more. And of course, who can forget the growing popularity of TikTok and Fortnite?
And junior year brought the chance to go to our first prom at the Vineyards. That was a night that will be remembered by everyone that was there.
We also got to park in the student parking lot and had the privilege of going off campus during lunchtime. This year is the first year many of us had free periods too.
With junior year also came all of the testing. AP tests, ACT tests, SAT tests, IB tests, PSAT tests, CASP tests. It never seemed to end.
And it didn't, because as we started our senior year, we were busy doing our college apps and making sure that we met deadlines on time.
It wasn't all work though. We celebrated senior sunrise and did our senior walk-in at the homecoming rally, having paratroopers fly into the stadium at our homecoming football game later that night. We watched Nico Young win his way to the #1 runner in the nation, and we watched both the girls and the boys cross-country teams win big.
During senior year, we also witnessed a change in our schedule with the minimum days every Wednesday, and of course, the ever so controversial bathroom policy.
But all good times come to an end. We faced more fires in November, this time the Easy and Maria fires, and we watched fires blazing through the Amazon and Australia. We saw the tragic death of an icon, Kobe Bryant, who will never be forgotten.
And of course, the coronavirus, the worldwide pandemic that canceled everything that was supposed to be senior year. Despite having to learn through Zoom, this was still our time, and we learned to make the best out of it.
We found ways to hang out and stay in touch with our friends through social distance tailgates in the parking lot and Zoom hangouts, celebrated birthdays by having drive-by parades, and recognized each other's achievements through social media college and future endeavor posts.
But I think everyone's favorite social media post has to be the iconic rendition of All in This Together from our beloved teachers and staff. Maybe high school is more like High School Musical after all.
We have definitely learned a lot of important lessons during quarantine, like to set up multiple alarms so we don't sleep through our Zoom calls, and that it's okay not to change out of your pajamas for 2 weeks straight.
I know that this is not what we expected or what we wanted, and that nothing can make up for the lost memories. However, we are learning, we are growing, and we will get through this.
We're nearing the end of our speech, but we wanted to wrap up our class history with lessons that we have learned over our 4 years of high school.
Freshman year, we learned that you really do need to get out there and meet new people. That high school really isn't that scary, except for at homecoming dances.
Sophomore year, we learned that the world is a whole lot bigger than our Newbury Park bubble, and that lockers never get any better, and neither does waking up early.
Junior year, we learned that we are stronger together and that the world is not perfect. We also learned that Crash Course videos and Panic Night were our saviors.
Senior year, we learned not to take for granted the present and the time we have with each other, because we never know when that will be taken away. We also learned that we probably weren't prepared for those IB tests and final exams anyways.
So, as you sit here or stand here or watch this recording from your kitchen as you eat graduation cake, reflecting on your 4 years, the ups and the downs, the lefts and the rights, try to take a good look at the people that would be sitting around you. We were here for it all, together.
These may be the people you have known since kindergarten or someone you've never met and only see when you're forced to get into alphabetical order. Yet, we are still the class of Newbury Park High School class of 2020, and our shared experiences have shaped each and every one of us.
We'll end on a beloved quote from the movie Kung Fu Panda. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. So Panthers, remember, always wear sunscreen, be kind to everyone around you, eat enough fruits and vegetables, get some sleep, and soak up your last moments of being a part of the NPHS graduating class of 2020.
This may not be what we had planned for our last year. Things seem low, nowhere to go, with a future that's unclear. But just 'cause we're apart doesn't mean we are alone. The friendships made and memories together will get us through the unknown. And because we're here, we'll have no fear. Together we'll stay strong. Because we're here, we'll shed no tears. Together's where we belong. Some may go and some may stay. Who knows where we'll be in another day? But either way, we'll always be together. Be together. Be together. 'Cause we're better together. Yeah, we're better together. This may not be what we had in mind to celebrate success, but we don't care because we're here, and look how we've progressed. Things may seem dark now, but I know we'll get by. No matter where the future takes us, we'll spread our wings and fly. And because we're here, our next step is near, but united we're at heart. Because we're here, it's time to cheer. It's not the end, just a new start. Some may go and some may stay, but we'll all find happiness in our own way. But come what may, we'll always be together. Be together. Be together. 'Cause we're better together. Even though our time here's up and it seems what's ahead is tough, we've got what it takes inside. Friendships, knowledge, and Panther pride. And because we're here, at last we're here, despite the challenges we faced. Because we're here, together we're here, new futures we'll embrace. Some may go and some may stay, but no matter what, we'll always say that it's been better together. We've had fun together. It's been better together. We're better together. Now we're moving on together.
My friends, look how far we've come. Take a minute, remember what we've been through, but then look at how far we've come. I know this is not how we pictured our graduation, let alone our final weeks of senior year. March 13th, 2020 was never supposed to be our last day on Newbury Park High School's campus, and it has been tremendously hard. But something these last few months have taught me is that our class is not confined to a location. We've heard that trials produce perseverance, and perseverance produces character. From what I've seen of the class of 2020, how we've weathered these uncharted waters, I can attest to the fact that we have come through this time with perseverance and a maturity that we may not have had otherwise obtained. And for that, I am grateful. In our time at NPHS, not only have we received one of the best educations we could ask for, but we have also learned about the importance of individuals within the community. I have seen so many of you find yourself through these 4 years. Some of you have found your style, from wearing the same sweatshirt every day, which I am very guilty of, to strutting bold colors and accessories through the halls, which you rock, by the way. Some of you have found your tribe, the people whom you can really count on to hold you up when everything else is pushing you down. Some of you have found your voice, from shaking uncontrollably when the teacher called your name to present freshman year, to now feeling confident and collected after your FOA. Some of you have found your passion, joining or even starting clubs, perhaps organizing events for that one thing that really gets you fired up. Looking back, I realize I did not know many of you when I started high school. But what a privilege that turned out to be. Because we didn't know each other, we were able to get to know each other. Though it may have been awkward sitting right next to someone you didn't know in class, we never remained strangers for very long. When I first heard that NPHS is called Nice People High School, I thought that was cliche. But reflecting on these 4 years, I'm not ashamed to say that it definitely rings true. Our class is filled with genuine and quality people, and we have all been through so much, big and small. Some of the smaller things include waking up late and hearing the bell from the parking lot as you rush to get to the gate, begging your teacher to let you retake a test or turn in an assignment late, forgetting to print something and digging around for a quarter before running to the library between classes, running out of paper towels in the bathroom right when your hands are soaking wet. I know some of us even chased chickens around campus thanks to the class of 2018. And some of us, myself included, have even had the privilege of getting pooped on by a seagull right after lunch. Seriously, what are those things eating? And then there have been the big things we've all gone through. From the fires to the tragedy of borderline, to now finishing our senior year at home due to the coronavirus, we have had a very unconventional high school experience. But I am so grateful that we have had this class, each other as our peers, by our side through it all. We've never been without support, always offering it to each other and receiving it from our outstanding and loving faculty and staff. These last several weeks have shown that the class of 2020 cannot be confined to a location because the community we have extends past the walls of Newbury Park High. We are a resilient and rare class made up of passionate and talented people. We respect each other's unique viewpoints and find strength in our different abilities. I cannot even tell you how excited I am to see this class, to see each and every one of you venture out into the world. Whatever your future holds right now, whether it's going to a 4-year, a community college, a branch of the military, taking a gap year, or entering the workforce right away, or pursuing another dream, I have complete confidence that it is a bright one. With your perseverance, determination, and kindness, how could it not be? Thank you, class of 2020, for teaching me the value of persistence, for showing me how to be strong in the midst of storms, and above all, for being a supportive and loving community. I hope you never lose these qualities. I hope you never lose your uniqueness. I hope you never lose who you are, because that is what is going to make the world all the more bright. I am very, very proud to be a member of the class of 2020.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, when the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet and move mountains. Take it to its feet and move mountains. And I'll rise up, high like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. We will rise, we will rise, we will rise. All will rise, and I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, rise like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We will rise, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you, for you.
Newbury Park High School has always held the motto that we are better together. There is a teacher in Newbury Park who has time and time again gone above and beyond to keep us together as a school and as a community. This teacher has gone above and beyond in everything that he has taught us, ensuring that we are prepared not only for his class, but for life. This teacher is always happy to answer any questions that we may have and will do everything in his power to help us. He goes above and beyond the curriculum and even goes as far as educating us on current events to make sure that we understand the world that we live in and that is rapidly changing around us. But this teacher's work continues even outside of the classroom. He attends extracurricular events and supports us both inside and outside the academic setting. This teacher is constantly checking up on us and takes a genuine interest in each and every one of his students, asking about what we are currently up to and what is in store for us in our futures. This teacher has time and time again proven that he will do anything to ensure that no student is left behind and that everyone feels comfortable learning in his classroom. Every day that I walked into his room, it put a smile on my face and brightened my day. And I know that he has had such an amazing impact on so many members of the Newbury Park High School family and of the Newbury Park community as a whole. Even now, in these unprecedented times, this teacher's work has not finished. He has continued to hold frequent classes to make sure that we get the education that we need to be prepared for college or whatever we may take on after high school. And not only that, he has continued to check up on us, constantly asking if we are doing all right and what is in store for our future once this all ends. He has continued to update us on global events and current news to make sure that we stay up to date with everything that is going on around us, and he even hosts optional Zoom meetings where we can simply talk to him about anything that's on our mind. This teacher is everything that we as a school stand for and everything that we as a community stand for. I could not be any more lucky to have had such an amazing teacher, but also such an amazing role model in my life during my time in high school. This teacher cares for his students. This teacher makes his students feel good, comfortable, and happy anytime that they are in his room. His room is truly a safe space, and he never ceases to put a smile on our face with a dash of humor in everything that he teaches us. He represents everything that I strive to be and everything that we should all strive to be. And with that, it is my absolute honor to introduce the one and only Mr. Johnson. Thank you.
Thank you, Keon, for that wonderful welcome. Greetings, class of 2020, and all the family and friends who are listening. Congratulations on your graduation. It is a tremendous honor to be chosen by the senior class to represent the NPHS staff at your commencement. Believe me when I tell you that in every conversation I've had with a colleague since the middle of March, the first thing we've talked about is how much we've missed our students. You're why we love doing what we do, and as much fun as it is to Zoom and connect on Google Classroom, it just isn't the same. Classes are like families, and we all miss each other. I don't think any of us could have imagined the sequence of events that have led us to this day. Although I've always wanted to anchor Panther TV, I never thought it would happen this way. My heart goes out to all of you who have missed senior activities, athletic contests, concerts, plays, rallies, prom, and a traditional graduation ceremony. Know that your teachers have missed you terribly, never thinking that we would never again see you in our classrooms after March 13th. Beware the Ides of March, indeed. As a proud member of the Newbury Park High School, class of 1978, I'd like to welcome you to the Alumni Association. I would be remiss if I didn't remark on some of those in our Panther family that we lost this last year. English teacher Terry Sanders passed away in November, and the grief over her loss is still deeply felt by her colleagues and students. She was a remarkable teacher and a great friend who invested tremendously in her students, whom she loved so much. Ken Barone, longtime teacher and basketball coach, left us in January. He was a wonderful and influential mentor to those of us who played for him and taught alongside of him. And then just weeks ago, we learned of the tragic death of Courtney Brousseau from the class of 2015. Like you, his stay on this campus was just 4 years. And like I know you will, he was living a life that motivated, taught, and delivered on his potential. We mourn these losses and celebrate their lives as examples to inspire us and teach us the way forward. As teachers, we draw inspiration from those with whom we work, and more importantly, those listed on our roll sheets. It made a huge difference to me these last few months that you continued in your own way to stay engaged, putting up with my feeble efforts to become a distance educator. So thank you, class of 2020, for being there for us, for asking how we were doing, for continuing to be present in our lives, and for occasionally turning in assignments. Graduating with you is Mrs. Betty Green, or Nurse Betty as she's known to all of us who love her. I know you join me in wishing her well in retirement. Like you, teachers have been mixing our school duties with annoying the people we live with, watching Netflix, and breathlessly waiting Sunday night so we could watch the next episodes of the Jordan documentary. In the midst of entertaining my 6 followers on Instagram, I met neighbors I didn't know. I realized that the house behind me had a pool, was surprised to learn I had a hive of bees in my backyard, and all kinds of revelations that come from being home for an extended time. I gained a greater appreciation for family and friends, especially those I couldn't see except on Zoom. One of the reasons we are looking forward to, as President Harding said, a return to normalcy, is the chance to see you in person, catch up on your progress, and personally thank you. So make sure you stay in touch, and when the time is right, come back and visit. Rather than focus on what you've missed, I'd like to say a few words about the opportunities you have ahead of you. These past few weeks, you've been led to believe by everyone, from LeBron James to Barack Obama, that you are special and that you are the future. Well, they aren't wrong. The talent, determination, generosity, and work ethic necessary to get to today is something that has motivated my fellow staff members and me since the day you set foot on campus. Now you get the opportunity to take that talent and those qualities and forge a new future for yourself and our world. As a baby boomer, as in okay boomer, I'm proud that my generation did a little bit more than overpopulate the planet. Your task is made a bit more complicated by the shortcomings of those who came before you, but it should also be made easier by the examples of your forebears. The future is unknown, but history gives us hope. Winston Churchill expressed this sentiment, and as a history teacher, it is somewhat comforting to know that we can look to the past for inspiration in times like these when there is so much uncertainty and anxiety. One of the things I shared with my students was about my dad growing up in the Great Depression and then World War II. He was born in 1929, and his entire childhood was filled with economic turmoil and a war against enemies that threatened our very existence. His generation not only survived, but built a new America, and I'm confident that out of the ashes of this current pandemic, you will eventually thrive and make our country and planet a better place to live. Sometimes experience can offer needed perspective in times of challenge. One of the great resources you have is your grandparents. Not only have they loved you unconditionally since day one, they have been through some struggles you might not even know about. I cherish the relationship I had with my grandparents, forged at a new level when I graduated from high school, and I suggest you do the same. There is one decision that you can all make today that will make our country better, and that is to register to vote. The statistic that pains me every time I see it is the one that shows how 18 to 24-year-olds are the least likely age group to vote. Don't let other people make decisions for you. You can bet those aforementioned grandparents vote and are proud to do so. One of the best parts about being a teacher at MPHS, besides the school supplies and the ironclad guarantee a seagull won't find your car, is the opportunity to witness our students in action. I am constantly in awe of the talent that our school produces, and as a former failed athlete myself, I live vicariously through your triumphs. I dream I could run like Nico, hoop like Tony, cheer like Chloe, mash like Carson, lax like Aaron, nutmeg like Luke, dance like Maya, sing like Carissa, cover like Soren, ride like Jordan, edit like Aditya, and lead like Paige. Your music, your acting, your persuasion, your creativity, and your work ethic have sustained me and inspired me each and every day. Your parents are to be commended for leading you on this 13-year sojourn from kindergarten to graduation. Little did they know that for the last 3 months, they would have to be your teachers, administrators, and your Rick. They have loved you and cheered for you, wanting only the best throughout this journey. Helping you get there may not have been easy, but they used their superpowers to keep you headed in the right direction. When I was growing up, my mom would try to shield me from the evils of society by doing things like not telling me that the truck that drove through our neighborhood every afternoon playing music was actually an ice cream truck. I think I was in 8th grade when I finally figured out the secret of the music truck. Well, now you've made it to your graduation, it's time for you to unlock the mysteries of your neighborhood and beyond. Sports teams talk about unfinished business when their seasons are ended by a playoff loss. You probably feel like you're leaving behind unfinished business with what you've missed. The way you finish your business is to learn that trade, earn that degree, secure that job, and fulfill your potential and achieve your goals. You've suffered setbacks and loss, disappointment and sadness, but what you've gained is so much more. You have the love and support of your families, the knowledge and skills gained from 13 years of education, the confidence and support of your teachers, and the opportunity to blaze your own trail from this day forward. The class of 2020 has endured fires, a mass shooting, and now a global pandemic. The resilience you've demonstrated, your desire to help those in need, and the resolve you've displayed is something I will never forget. More than 50 years ago, Newbury Park High School opened its doors, beginning a tradition of excellence that you have made even stronger. As you go forward from NPHS, remember the 3 Ps: patience and poise under pressure. Some excellent advice I was giving during my days as a student here by Coach Barone. Never stop learning, never stop asking questions, look both ways, and have a life. Thank you and congratulations.
How about another round of applause for all of our speakers and performers? And thank you, Mr. Johnson, for a truly inspiring speech. It is never fun trying to follow your act. Welcome, graduates, parents, family, and friends. Graduates, congratulations. Parents, family, and friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting not only these graduates every day, but also thank you for the support and service that you have provided Newbury Park High School through this exciting and unprecedented journey. In particular, I want to thank our amazing PFA and School Site Council organizations for all of their hard work and support throughout the year. Next, graduates, please join me in thanking your family and loved ones. I, along with you, appreciate how hard your family and friends have advocated for the class of 2020 to experience the highs of graduating from high school, regardless of the restrictions, guidelines, ever-changing rules, and updates we have all been working with. Regardless of everything happening, we are here to celebrate the achievements and accomplishments of the class of 2020. We are here today to celebrate 4 incredible years. You are here on the cusp of the next phase of your lives. We are here to signify your commencement from school and afford you all the opportunity to begin what will become the rest of your incredible journey. We're here to acknowledge, celebrate, recognize, and commemorate your growth, your maturation, your accomplishments, and your successes. Before I continue, I'd like to thank and recognize our talented staff that have been instrumental in your growth and development. First, please join me in congratulating our outstanding administrative and counseling teams. Your hard work in this new normal has been invaluable to Newbury Park High School. Next, please join me in thanking our dedicated classified staff who work behind the scenes to always make Newbury Park High School so great. Students, please help me to thank our outstanding and dedicated teaching staff. Your teachers have worked tirelessly to provide each one of you with the highest quality education one can receive. With everything being thrown at us here and home, you have persevered. Thank you, Panther staff, for everything that you do. Finally, the reason we are able to hit send and allow you to watch this virtual graduation is due to one person in particular. I want to personally acknowledge Mr. Derek Grimes, Newbury Park High School digital video production teacher, for his efforts this past month. Over the past month, Derek has helped create all the video presentations you have seen to help inform and celebrate the class of 2020. He has a vested interest with the senior at Newbury Park himself, but that doesn't matter. Thank you, Derek, for all of your hard work and effort for Newbury Park High School. We have a few staff members that are retiring at the end of the school year that I'd like to recognize. First, I would like to congratulate Mr. Keith Brock, math teacher, on his retirement. Mr. Brock served the school district and Newbury Park High School as a teacher and coach for the last 21 years. We wish Mr. Brock all the best with his retirement. Secondly, I'd like to congratulate Debbie Welsh, Newbury Park High School cafeteria manager, on her retirement from the district. Debbie has worked the last 20 years for the school district. Newbury Park is excited for Debbie, and we will definitely miss her dedication she had to serving others. Please join me in wishing Mrs. Welsh the best with her retirement. Finally, it is my pleasure to extend my congratulations to school nurse Elizabeth Green. Nurse Betty, as we affectionately call her, is retiring. Nurse Betty has served the school district for over 20 years. Nurse Betty is best known for the care, love, and concern she gives to every student that comes to the health office. She makes every student feel good, even when she's telling them to get back to class. Newbury Park High School will never be the same without seeing Nurse Betty every day. Students, parents, and staff, please join me in congratulating Nurse Betty on her retirement. One of the hardest things to do is say goodbye to a colleague that is retiring, but we get to see them come back. This year, Newbury Park High School suffered the worst tragedy by losing a staff member forever. Terry Sanders passed away this fall. Terry is survived by her husband Mike and son Michael, can never be forgotten. Her energy, her spirit, her drive, and overall love for her students can never be replaced. We have missed her each and every day, and we will continue to do so moving forward. Please join me for a brief moment to remember and honor Terry Sanders. Terry Sanders, we love you and we miss you. Class of 2020, you have made it. You have made it by being better together. You made it festive together with the tailgates, dances, and rallies and countless performances throughout the year. You made it impressive together with acceptances to the UCs, MIT, Stanford, Princeton, NYU, just to name a few. You have shown your commitment to serve together by joining our armed services. We salute you. You made it work for you together by finding your niche and pursuing your interest in the arts, languages, and the fields that were important to you. You made it feel like we are truly a family by standing together in times of sorrow, grief, quarantine, tragedy, and need in order to ensure all felt loved and cared for. You made it exciting together by winning individual championships, league championships, CIF championships, state and national championships. You have made it meaningful together by devoting your time to serve others and make a difference in the local and far-reaching communities. For all the achievements I have mentioned and the many more, I want to say how humbled I am to have the opportunity to help serve each of you. Thank you and congratulations. I know you are missing staying up until 5 a.m. for grad night. I know you are missing the opportunity to hear me tell you 100 times to sit and stand at graduation practice. I know you're missing the chance for me to beat Miss Keeler in cornhole at the senior picnic. In all seriousness, I was looking forward to grad night, prom, senior picnic, and senior sunset. You had worked so hard to create new and innovative ways to celebrate and enjoy life as the class of 2020. I admire you for how you have handled these unfortunate events and have pressed on to make it this important date. I admire and respect your attitude and resilience now and throughout the entire year. I was going to use the next part of my speech to bestow all the wisdom and great advice to you. However, I have enlisted the help of probably some of the smartest kids in the school district. Please turn your attention to the video as some of our kindergartners offer you some words of wisdom.
All right, class of 2020. I know it's busy this last week and a half of school. There's a lot going on, but I have some friends that would like to share some words of wisdom and advice for you as you finish up your senior year in Conejo Valley Unified School District.
In life, it's always important to have fun and keep trying. Take a job that you want to do and don't do drugs. Be kind to your teachers and your moms and dads. I would also say, listen to your mom and go to bed early. So in the morning, you have lots of time to practice. Some advice. Make new friends. Tell the truth. Always be honest.
If you're in college, then you're gonna go to work, and then you'll get a lot of money. And when you get a lot of money, you can buy, if you want to get married, you can buy your wife flowers or a dog.
Be kind and help people. Congratulations to all of the people that graduated, and also do great and don't mess up. on anything. Try to not mess up. My advice is to work hard, listen to your teacher, and call your mom every day and tell her that you love her. Hi! I hope you continue to listen to your mom and dad. Congratulations! Say please to your mom and dad. Hello, high schoolers, and since you worked all the way from every school to get to this point, here are some things that you need to know since you're an adult now. Number 1, eat healthy and drink healthy. Number 2, don't waste all of your money on stupid things. Number 3, get lots of rest. Number 4, be there on time so you don't get fired. Number 5, stay strong. And that's it. If you don't do good the first time you have a thing that you have to do, then just keep trying. You can do it. And congratulations, you're moving on. Eat healthy, do your laundry, and call your mom. Choose something you love. Good job.
You should always recycle and maybe even make like a craft out of a paper towel.
Explore and respect nature.
Don't be mean to other people. Don't be lazy and it's okay if you make mistakes. Good luck, class of 2020.
Be happy, y'all! Listen to your teacher and be respectful, kind, and honest to everybody. Bye. When you come back from college, go to bed early, but you know I don't do that.
Well, how do I top that? I know, by ending my speech as quickly as possible. Together you have made and left a legacy at Newbury Park High School. Now it's time to move on and pave the path, till the ground, and blaze your own trail. Love more, be happy more, and just enjoy life more. Invest your love, your compassion, kindness, and empathy. We all can do this by striving for justice, striving to develop opportunity, striving to fight for equality, striving to offer respect, striving to model compassion, striving to create dialogue, striving to seek understanding, striving to show kindness to others, but most of all, let us strive to be an instrument of peace. In doing so, you will never regret where your life takes you, and together, the class of 2020 will always make it matter. Graduates, I leave you with this version of an Irish blessing. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rain soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, always remember that we are better together. Therefore, Mrs. Goldberg, I certify to you that these members of the senior class have successfully completed all courses of study and have met the performance standards as prescribed by the Conejo Valley Unified School District. With true Panther pride, on behalf of the Newbury Park High School faculty, staff, and feeder schools, I present to you the class of 2020.
On behalf of the Conejo Valley Unified School District, Board of Education, and the community, I accept this class for graduation. I commend you, your teachers, your counselors, and your parents. I wish you good fortune, good health, great success, and tremendous happiness.
Astrid J. Abarca. Ars Lubnan Abdelhadi. Kyle Joseph Agnello. Michelle Aguilar. Rosa Christina Aguilera. Leslie Joanna Aguirre. Ian Croft Alberg. Jose Enrica Alamia. Kian Alamir. Jesse Alderetti. Natalie Rose Alessandrino. Amber Holly Allen. Connor Allen. Maeve Allen. Maximilian Edwin Antonio Alonso. Jeffrey Alvarez. Marcos Alvarez. Nolan Alvarez. Angel de Jesus Amarales. Mia Amor. Rachel Ann Anderson. Zoe Lee Anderson. Jordan Andrioli. Tamor Anvari. Lauren Abigail Armadia. Lillian Arndt. Dennis Scott Arnold. Alan Arriaga. Antonio Ariaza. Jace William Ashbrenner. Valedictorian. Allison Jill Ashamala. Adiv Daniel Attar. Samuel Thomas Adanino. Emily Augustine. Axel Miguel Avila. Mason Barr. Maximus Alexander Baker. Travis Roy Baker. Wayne Carl Baldwin. Shara Bond. Manuel Benjamin Barrias. Alexa Barker. Sydney Ann Barth. Jennifer Batress. Hope Baxter. Sarah Margaret Bean. Esmeralda Baez. Ileana Angelica Becerra. Abigail Rose Begg. Nicholas Ryan Boehner. Jillian Benedict. Brandy Bensinger. Huntley Joseph Elliott Bensink. Jensen Ann Bertram. Xander Logan Butel. Winter Catherine Becerra. Isaiah Albert Blackburn.
Emily Bockelman. Lucas Tyler Bowen. Tristan Alexander Boyer. Isabella Kylia Brady. Julianne Brain. Kayla Brandeis. Karen Brar. Carissa Brar. Delaney Jacqueline Brown. Soren Meyer Brown. Catherine Rose Bruno. Shyla Rain Boer. Leon Cooper Berg. Taylor Christine Burke. Aiden Butte. John Calabrano. Jackson Calderwood. Colin Campbell. Galadriel Nevada Campero. Annalise Cancila. Jasmine Cano. Wendy Carrillo. Courtney Rebecca Carroll. Gareth Brandon Carter. Abner Jose Casillas Nieves. Daisy Precious Castaneda. Darren Pierce Chaffee. Cameron John Shelgren. Shane Chappell. Serena Chavez. Hope Grace Chavez. Stephen Choi, valedictorian. Gia Novali Ponce Chu. Grant Edward Coates. Cameron Cole Wood. Michelle Colvin. Eliza Ray Cooper. Mason Cooper. Caden Dollar Cope. Dylan Alley Copeland. Jordan William Corin. Olivia Rose Coronado. Haley Elizabeth Couture. Caden Joseph Covarrubias. Candace Lauren Crownover. Jasmine Sui Cruz. Elizabeth Rose Crystal. Emily Guadalupe Cuellar Garcia. Ryan Dane. Rory Cumming. Daniel Doris. Trevor Davis. Shane Dawson.
Carolina Jasmine De La Cruz. Abigail Joy DeVos. Declan Edmund Diebler. Sofia Celali Delgadillo. Colby Renzo DeMelfi, valedictorian. Pernati Dendaluri. Laura Courtney DeRoy. Rebecca Amy DeRoy. Brooke Detloff. Scott Detweiler. John Dexter. Joseph Diaz. Holden Vincent Doderlein. Jared Donahoe. Raul Arthur D'Souza, valedictorian. Josephine Eva Elodie Duke. Josue Eduardo Dueñas Cabrera. Aaron Duffy. Ido Dukler, valedictorian. Kayla Allison Dunlap. Janice Zeeb. Amber Ekbald. Jordan Mary Elston Hurdle. Maria Guadalupe Enciso. Taylor Lynn Endicott. Haley Endler. Jacob Robert England. Giovanna Jolie English. Nicholas Entrup. Nathan Patrick George Earp. Christian Tomas Escobar Alvarez. Noel Estandin. Ellie Cecile Evans. Carson Scott Falskin. Jesse Farfan. Trent Farina. Manira Hadia Felton. Gage Furcuron. Haley Marie Fisher. Kylie Fitzgerald. Maxwell Justin Flame. Cecibel Flores Lozano. Annie Nicole Forbes. Jennifer Lee Forca. Jimena Ferrero. Jaden Alexander Fontaine. Natalie Nicole Fornell. Reed Augustus Francisco. Jack Fry. Maya Jane Gallipo. Joshua Tomas Galvez. Cesar Garay. Andres Garcia. Hunter Tyler Garcia. Kevin Ulysses Garcia. Giovanni Alejandro Garcia Amaya. Alessandro Garcia Tecu. Chad Gabriel Garty. Nathan Gary Gengo. Amina Noor Ganem. Tyler Gisa. Ashley Nicole Glass. Madeline Glass. Scott Marshall Goldberg. Haley Katri Goldman. Paola Gomez. Brendan Gong, valedictorian. Carlos Gonzalez. Diana Gonzalez. Giselle Guadalupe Gonzalez. Jean Arath Gonzalez. George Gonzalez Jr.
Alexander Sergey Gransard. Brandon Michael Graywit. Shannon Elise Griffin. Taylor Isaac Grimes. Mary Grosswent. Valerie Guardado. Gabrielle Marie Gieberd. Abigail Amy Gulbranson. Benjamin Scott Gulbranson. Esha Gupta. Prajwal Gurung. Seth Martin Gutierrez. Janice Guzman. Lars Henrik Havildsen. Caitlin Hahn. Paige Sarah Hadjaloo. Evelyn Hald. Alexander Chase Hall. Wyeth James Hall. Emily Claire Halpern. Luke Daniel Hamaker. Jalen Olivia Handler. Nicole Lauren Hanover. Chloe Rain Harris. Evan Andrew Hastings. Mackenzie Hebert. James Hendricks. Jillian Henkel. Andrew Ernesto Hernandez. Jason Jose Hernandez. Kevin Herrera. Myra Guadalupe Herrera Chavez. Jake Matthew Hildreth. Sophia Hillman, valedictorian. Reese Donald Hobson. Suzanne Hodosh. Emily Elise Hooker. Tiffany Wei Shu. Christopher Stephen Hughes. Anita Tiana Hummer. Victoria Hung. Jessica D. Honeycutt. Matthew Victor Hussein. Braden Hutton. Rajiv Jones Hyatt. Max Esteban Ibarra. Sage Estella Innes. Kareem Hani Jamaluddin. Caitlin James. Chase James. Ashley Maureen J. Hiruni Shanila Jayaratna. Saduni Shamela Jayaratna. Jamie Julianne Jewett. Aiden Jimenez. Ariana Jimenez. Jeremy Jimenez. Lilybeth Jimenez. Natalie Guadalupe Jimenez. Kelsey Nicole Johns. Aiden Johnson. Deja Johnson, Darby Johnson, Toby Jomsky, Nathan Todd Juan, valedictorian. Valerie Marie Juarez McConnell, Varna Kanapuram, valedictorian. Vivek Conchi, Jacob Caseno, Kylie Kagi, Cooper Kearney, Robert Alexander Keister, Chris Damon Paul Keitel, Carly Keller, valedictorian. Hannah Ivy Kessinger, Trevor Kyle Kessler, Kevin Robert Kilbane, Sophie Kiley, Iris Kim, Mateo Manuel Kimball, Gwendolyn Sarah King, Lucas Dirk Kleeman, Neil Anton Kleifgen, Wanbin Ko, Jillian Kolarik, Kelly Nicole Kotaki, Kyla Kovaleski, Kenneth James Kramer, Justin Kramer, Julia Kulik, Miley Cooney Faye Quo, valedictorian. Kyle Alexander Kurtelak, Man Him Kwan, Enola Legrave,
Cody James Landon, Madison May Largent, Matthew Larson, Carson Kevin Law, Hudson Barara Lawrence, Camille Estelle Lee, Jamie Jackson Lee, Cameron Seth Leeds, Sydney Leff, Ava Bell Lavellis, Sophia Rose Lewis, Brandon Yi Wan Lee, valedictorian. Herman Dario Lima, Lily Veronica Lindros, Stephen Liu, Zachary Michael Logie, Isabella Ann Longo, Abraham Lopez, Andres Lopez, Brian Alexander Lopez Juarez, Susanna Lopez Herrera, Peyton Ellen Love, Olivia Grace Luby, Corey Lucian, Tyson Stephen Lundring, Naya Catherine Looney, valedictorian. Braden McGregor. Daniel Evan McKay. Shay Randall McKinga. Dean Michael Magnanti. Bradley James Magnuson. Nicholas Mahan. Jacob Malone. Ashley Janelle Mangawang. Lilia Margarin. Connor Marcrud. Scott Temple Martins. Kyle Anthony Martinique. Melanie Mason. Justin Andrew McAllister. Cole MacArthur. Andrew Tyler McCurdy. James Gordon McDonough. Leonardo Machuca McDonough. Chloe McIntyre. Connor Alexander McKenzie. Matthew Kennedy McLaughlin. Kaylee McMahon. Caitlin Rose Meany. Santos Vicente Ahin Mejia. Kazra Darush Memarza. Andrew William Mesky. Lauren Mesco. Evan Metcalf. Dylan Michaels. Alyssa Jade McKellick. Heather Miller. Cameron Olivia Millett. Aiden Miner. Aiden Mystery. Adam Philip Mockridge. Mackenzie Joy Moffett, valedictorian.
Valedictorian Archana Mohandas.
Casto Andrew Molina Merlot. Megan Elizabeth Molkenber. Alberto Montoya. Christopher Paolo Morales. Madison Hannah Morales. Rachel Morales. Crystal Marie Morales Rivera. Samantha Morgan. Jaden Morarty. Ariel Hope Morris, valedictorian. Monia Mokadam. John Mudgett. Brian Guadalupe Mugarte.
Jack Muir. Emily Munoz. Christian Ernesto Munoz Gonzalez. Michaela Murphy. Patrick Mirth. Skylar Myers. Emily Marie Nagamoto, valedictorian. Mikkel Nagorson, valedictorian. Liam Aiden Navarro. Joshua Andrew Naive. Christopher James Navertil. Garrett Cole Needham. Sean Patrick Nicholson. Verdarsa Aisha Norze. Blake Edward Norris. Kelly Ray Nosco. Tessa Eileen Nutley. Kiara O'Keefe. Molly Suzanne Oliver. Candida Rose Aller. Cole Joseph Onesto. Anthony Rolando Orantes. Gabriela Orantes. Jared Gamboa Oropeza. Evelyn Oropeza Perez. Jasmine Delfina Ortega. Maverick Ortiz Pineda. Casey Oshida. Olivia Pace. Ryan Henry Page. Alex Janelle Palache.
Veda Palaparty. Angelica Paragas. Haley Felicity Parrish. Kennedy Jean Parr. Maya Haresh Patel. Nikhil Patel. Daniel Joseph Pector. Cooper Glenn Peck. Samantha Pedroza. Emily Nicole Pearson. Alicia Peña. Jenna Marguerite Pennywit. Megan Laureen Pennywit. Alicia Celestina Perales. Maya Michelle Perez. Ricardo Giovanni Perez. Sarah Perez. Juliana Perez. Jonathan Humberto Perez Garcia. Madison Peterson. Tyler Joseph Peterson. Brett Philbrook. Jessica Pluckrose. Brian Pocasangre. Melissa Poor. Paige Aaron Powers, valedictorian. Madison Prackle. Joshua Price. Malia Proudfit. Tatum Lynn Quaker. Ismara Quiñones Abregu. Diana Rosemary Quintanar. Selvin Duban Quinteros. Brian Connor Rockabutal. Jacob Yaakov Aaron Rafelson. Herzan Alexander Ramirez. Lucas William Ramirez. Robert Daniel Ramirez. Desmond Raphael Ramsdell. Aiden Ramsey. Gianni Ranucci. Isabella Ratman. Shaylin Olivia Rashoff, valedictorian. Cody James Raskin. Sierra Nelise Ray. Jake Allen Reed. Chloe Riefert. Grace Aliana Renouf Belaski. Jackson Stone Rice. Lynn Laureen Richards. Noah Francis Richter. Cecily Francesca Rivas. Derek Sergio Rivera. Melanie Lisbeth Rivera. Zachary Roach. Eric Robertson. Madison Love Robertson. Andy Rolero Rodriguez. Caitlin Marie Roski. Benjamin David Roos. Carla Rosales. Melody Rosales. Paige Kathleen Ross. Michael Charles Rossin. Julia Nicole Ruckert. Chandler May Ruggio. Selma Rose Lehman Ruiz. Jordan Spencer Rikus. Megan Seger. Malak Khalil Salah. David Sanchez.
Madeline Sanders. Alexander Sanderson. Amanda Sandoval. Virginio Santiago Salinas. Julia Louise Santos. Timothy Saucerman. Taylor Seville. Isabella K. Scarnecchia. Tanner Joanne Schad. Tim Alexander Schaffner. Anthony Scherpenborg. Lillian Kiara Rose Shipper. Reese Chamberlain Cholet. Tristan Schuler. Abigail Scott. Dylan Scott. Sarah Ann Seamer. Minda Noel Sievertson. Madeline Shane, valedictorian. Maylene April Stacy Shanburn. Ainsley Shapiro. Zion Sharp. Julianne Amanda Shaw. Matthew Shen. Andy Shee. Madison Louise Shia. Clarissa Noelani Shin. Jennifer Shin. Aitana Sierra Valdez. Maya Silbertstein. Francesca Silva. Xavier Alexander Silva. Ray Jess Singhadis. Matthew John Soroki. Gretchen Sladham. Delaney Kate Small. Emma June Smigel. Shelby Smigel. Garrett Huntington Smiler. Bradley Smith. David Smith. Iman Howard Gill Smith. Hayden Smith. Matthew Smith, valedictorian. Ashley Aurora Sobranis. Alex Sobieski. Rory Blake Somerville. Raghuv Sampura. Rory Danae Sparks. Emery Spencer. Andrew William Stamper.
Christian David Stansbury. Isabella Steele. Hunter Marcus Steinel. Samuel Seung Min Stephen. Crystal Stevenson. Lily Stevenson. Joshua Carl Sternlight. Kaylee Lauren Stein. Taylor Storty. Ariel Meeks Strassman. Kristen Shelby Soloway, valedictorian. Kuriana Joyce Surbane. Brock Logan Swanson. Liam Swist. Yalda Tarazi. Constantine Lee Tatseo. Gavin Philip Taylor. Mahati Bardi Tekel. Marie Emile Thanos, valedictorian. Tony Thompson. Jack Thornton. Justin Tobias Thorpe. Kate Elaine Thanell. Kelly Tykeson. Jordan Riley Todd. James Thomas Tone. Jillian Rose Tone. Marcello Mateo Toraca. Adrian Torres. Peyton Tubby. Caleb Turner. Sophia Turnville. Liv Samantha Oldall. Nancy Joanna Urbina. Franz Nikela Orases. Jason Van Matthew Doran. Matthew Lucas Varov. Yvonne Del Carmen Vega. Mina Venkat. David Alexander Villanueva. Grace Marie Vince. Rachel Brooke Valestra. Crystal Vu. Aditya Vanam, valedictorian. Jordan Wade. Gabrielle Elijah Wadrow. Kaylee Michelle Wagner. Drew John Walker. Liam Alban Wash. Ashley Brooke Wampler. Jenny Serena Wang. Sarah Wang, valedictorian. Edward Thomas Warren. Summer Warner. Aiden Washburn. Chankai Florendo Wee. Kaylee Hannah Weinstein. Lorelei Weintraub. Margaret Wessner. Lance Mitchell Wayman. Connor Reese Whitcomb. Ava White. Jacob Nicholas Wilkes. Caitlin Nicole Wilkes. Austin Liddell Williams. Gavin Williams. Dylan Willis. Evan Douglas Willis. Andrew James Wilson. Dallas Nicole Wise. Lyndon Perry Wolf. Kyle Patrick Wonders, valedictorian. Zoe Womer. Hanson Zoo. Spree Yenda Murray. Ryan Jonas. Andrew Young. Nicholas Young, valedictorian. Jason Daniel Zapata. Alessandro Evan Zaeta. Dylan Michael Zielinski.
Shaylin Zupon.
Ian Zwerling.
Mrs. Goldberg, on behalf of the class of 2020, I accept these diplomas with pride. Will the class of 2020 please stand? To officially recognize ourselves as graduates, the class will now move their tassels from right to left.
We stand.